Now it is.
Hi, my name is Mr. Miller, and I'm the forensics coach here at Rock Creek High School. And this is an instruction video on how to judge here at Rock Creek for February 6, 2016. First of all, before I begin, I'd like to thank you for volunteering to judge. If you did not do so, if we didn't have volunteers, we couldn't run this tournament. There's way too many of you for us to pay. So we're going to pay you with food, we're going to pay you with thank yous, and hopefully you'll be entertained by the students that you judge. The first thing I want to cover is how to get here. Many of you are K-State students coming out of Manhattan. You're going to want to get on Highway 24 headed towards Wamego. You'll drive about 6 or 7 miles past Walmart, and you'll see a sign that says Rock Creek High School, and you'll need to turn left, which is north. Be careful on that intersection. It's kind of a dangerous intersection, although on Saturday it shouldn't be too terribly bad. But you make it through the intersection, then you go on Flush Road, which is fairly narrow, paved for about 7 miles, and then you'll see the school on the right-hand side. And it's pretty obvious. It's the only building out here. Be careful going through the church speed zone. The sheriff likes to sit there and give tickets to people who don't know any better and who don't slow down. So that is a word of caution there. You'll want to get here about 15-20 minutes before your first round, whichever that may be. And it does take about 20 minutes to get here, so if you're going to need to be here by 8, you're going to want to leave about 7:15 at least. When you come to the building, you'll enter the front doors, and there'll be a table set up there where judges check in. And my assistant coach, Coach Nider, who is also a K-State student there, some of you may even know her, she'll be responsible for the judges. And so you go in and you check in with her, and she'll give you your assignments for the day and a map and a little handout on suggested comments that you could possibly write on the ballot. Although I think most of you have done forensics before, so you should have a good idea of what you're looking for. The ballots we're using on Saturday are a little different than most people are used to. Here's one. I don't know if you want to...
You can see it.
Got it? All right. You'll notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 through 10, but there's no quality points. And we tried this ballot last year, and we really like it. And we got the idea from Tonganoxie, and they've had a lot of success with it. So you're just ranking them. You don't have to worry about quality points. And in the middle of it, you'll see it'll tell you things to comment on. And you write your comments. And just a reminder, you don't give the ballots. The kids will have the ballots. They'll bring them to you. You don't get them at the judges' table. And then when they're done performing, don't hand them back. And then when they're all done performing, you return the ballots to Coach Nider. So basically, you're dealing with Coach Nider the whole day. When you check in, you get your assignment from her, and then when you're done with the round, you give your ballots back to her. So, and that's the whole in and out process. One tip I found handy over the years when I'm judging is when the students they bring my ballot, I write the comments on it, and then I leave it there, and the next kid comes in and they hand me a ballot, and I write my comments there, and then if I like this kid better than this kid, I put this one on top. If I didn't like this kid as much as this kid, I put this, like that. And so you keep them stacked in the order that you think they deserve to be in, so that by the time they're all said and done, you have your stack in order, and it's very simple. Whoever is on the top gets the one, and so forth. And so you kind of keep track as you go. Really try to avoid circling a number and then scratching it out and then circling another number. Kids hate that. Coaches hate that. So make sure you've seen all the kids and then rank them. Okay? That'll simplify matters quite a bit. As far as what to judge for, what I generally tell students or judges is you want to look about half of it should be about the piece or the topic of the speech. Is it interesting? Is it entertaining? Is it educational? Does it make sense? And the other half is on the performance. How well do they perform this piece? Although it gets into, you can have a kind of an easy piece to do and the kid does it really well, and then you have a piece that's extremely difficult, let's say a solo humorist, has many voices and the kid stumbles a bit, and then you're left to determine, you know, which do you favor there. And that's a judgment call. You're the judge. And just a couple of reminders. Number one, it's incredibly early in the season. This is the second weekend. So you're going to see a lot of rough stuff. Kids aren't going to have stuff memorized. It's kind of like preseason football. If you've ever watched preseason pro football, it's pretty rough. The second thing you need to keep in mind is this is a learning educational experience. You need to write helpful comments. What does the kid need to work on? Yesterday, or on Saturday, we went to a tournament, our first tournament of the year, the first tournament of the year, and some of the judges did a really nice job. They said, you know, you need to clarify the different speakers, you need to talk louder, you need to memorize it, you need to work on your blocking, stuff like that. Give them suggestions, and if you really think the piece is bad, tell them. It's early enough in the season, they can switch and say this is an awful piece. You can do that too, but try to give them something to go on. Kids get really irritated by two things on the ballot. Number one, you circle a 1, you cross that out, and you circle 2 and cross that out, and you circle a 4. Oh my, yeah, that's bad. If you do that, then just come to me and I'll give you a blank ballot. You can start the whole process over. The second thing that really bothers them is when you write, oh, that was good, that was good, that was good, 4. Oh, that's helpful. They hate that too. So if you can avoid doing those two things on your ballots, number one, scratching out rankings. Number two, just writing generic, oh, this is good, and giving them a 4. Give them something to work on. They want to know what they need to work on. Tell them. Tell them. So, at the meeting on Thursday night at 7 o'clock here at Rock Creek, I'll get into much more detail on the individual events if you want to go that route. I think my time's running out, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you have any questions about this video, please email me at millerk@rockcreekschools.org, and I'll try to answer those. But once again, thank you for judging, for volunteering. I really appreciate it. See you soon.